starting. Go ahead, Thomas.
Ryan Mac, first of all, welcome back to town.
Thanks, Thomas.
Good to see you. All right. Secondly, I want to kind of delve into that subject. Road trip was kind of rough for the team, although you finished on a nice note. What do you guys do to kind of wash off the road when you get back home? I mean, does it immediately go away, saying now we're back home, we feel normal, or do you guys have to do anything to make sure that all that happened in New York can fit for everything you've had?
I think obviously the road trip didn't go the way that we wanted to. Finished it on a good note with the label come back win. But I think we've got good leadership. Chuck did his thing, right? He kind of told you guys he brought a little bit more energy that last day and everything like that. And that's stuff guys are going to feed off of. So can't worry about the past too much. Just got to focus on the game that day. And I think this team's committed to just come in and play our ball and keep pushing no matter what happens.
I guess not to kind of belabor the trip, but have you guys learned to kind of travel kind of light? I mean, obviously that was a rough road trip. You guys have to go back on the road again. Did you learn anything psychologically on this trip that's going to help you on the next one?
I don't know if there's anything specific, man, but I've said before, it's a lot of young guys on this team, a lot of guys who are still getting their feet wet, and we're getting more and more experience every time that we go out on the road. So I think we are learning. I don't know if there's anything really specific, but just kind of how the game feels and how to play it on the road, I guess you could say.
One thing I wanted to ask you about also was Brendan Rodgers getting some chance at shortstop. Obviously, you don't want to be without Trevor, but Brendan is getting a bit of a chance there. How are you seeing him settle into the role and settle into being a major league player where if you do well, you're back in there. If you struggle, you're back in there. How are you seeing him take to that?
I think he's doing really well, man. His at-bats, I think, have been extremely good. He took some really good at-bats in New York and Pittsburgh. I think he's going to be really good for us, man. And, he's only going to get better with the more experience that he gets. And he's stepping in shortstop. It's a big-time role, so I think he's ready for it. He's been putting in the work and everything like that, and I think he's going to do just fine.
And last one for me, you look like you're confident at the plate, in the field, even during the struggle on the road. It's still a confident at bat like the one you took in the 8th inning the other day. Where do you stand right now? What has to get better? I know you want to be better every day, but are you targeting parts of your offensive or defensive game?
Specifically, no, nothing like too specific. I think the goal is always to just be a better player, right? Don't get pitches away, stay locked in every pitch on defense. And, I think that's the big separator, right? You can't give stuff away like that, especially at this level. Guys are too good. You're going to get one mistake to hit it and everything like that. So just trying to make sure I'm ready for that, being in the best spot that I can be personally. And then on defense, just trying to stay locked in every pitch.
Thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, weird one. When you dream about baseball, what position are you playing in your dreams?
Oh, man. I don't know. I am all over. It's probably shortstop.
Really?
Dude, I know I've said second's my favorite, third's my favorite. If I'm really being honest, I don't really know. I enjoy playing both. And yeah, that's all I really got on that.
No, I gotcha. Because I feel like, though, that you've changed over time a little bit. When I've asked you this before, like last year, the year before, whatever, I think you still sort of saw yourself as a third baseman. It must be a hard thing to get rid of. Like, you played it your whole life, mostly, yeah. Right? So it must be hard to get rid of that sort of like just internal kind of barometer feeling.
Yeah, the more I play second man, the more I really enjoy it. Honestly, man, I just like being out there every day.
Gotcha. And then it's also a question I've asked you before, and I wonder if it's different now. Moving around so much. It doesn't seem to like really affect your focus at all. Like, do you? Is it just a matter of like you're so used to it now that you don't really think about it, or have you just gotten good at staying focused despite like a different look in the field day to day, sort of?
Yeah, honestly, man, I feel like it's just kind of all I know. Ever since I got in the big league camp, I was bouncing around first base, third base, kind of going back and forth. And then, organization at second base. So it's just kind of been everything that I've known to this point. So it's just kind of how I do things, I guess.
No, gotcha. Have you learned any sort of tips or something that help you, in the day to day to like be able to handle that kind of responsibility?
Yeah, just managing workload. I think when I first got up here and was first learning all the positions, I would take ground balls everywhere every single day. I think there's a little bit more intent at each spot now, and kind of a better management load. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah. No, right on, man. Thank you.
Go to Kyle Newman. Go ahead, Kyle. Oops. There you go.
Hey, Ryan. So, how do you think Trevor's been dealing with just, this little hiccup, the elbow and everything? How's he, what's his spirits in the clubhouse, and what's he like as a teammate when, he's not being able to be in the lineup?
Man, he's good. I mean, you guys know him. He's the purest former pro out there. He hasn't been down about anything, which, I mean, I'm sure he's frustrated. He wants to be out there playing every day. But I think his spirit's been really good. He's been keeping up with the boys, cheering us on, everything like that. And, what I'm hearing is some good things. So, hopefully he's back with us.
And then in terms of your offensive approach, obviously having a good season, in terms of strikeouts and walks, do you like where you're at with both of those, or obviously room for improvement always, but any thoughts there?
Yeah, I'd like to never strike out. I'd like to walk a lot more. But I mean, honestly, you're always trying to get better, right? The more that you can walk, the more you can help this team. The more hits you get, the more you can help this team. Unless you strike out, the more you can help this team. So, I think it's just trying to get better at it, man. Focusing and like I said earlier, being ready for those pitches, not missing them, and just helping your team out, doing whatever the game asks you to do at that point of the game.
Thanks, Ryan.
Go to Mark Stoutnick. Go ahead, Mark.
Ryan, just a quick one on Chuck. He's about to tie Larry Walker for third most games played as a Colorado Rocky. Give me your thoughts on Charlie Blackmon, the player and the teammate.
Yeah, I love Chuck, man. You guys see this quiet, kind of stoic, guy right here, and I mean, a lot of the times those teammates see that too. But he's been giving us a little sneak peek behind the curtains, man. He's been letting loose a little bit, and he's a really fun guy to be around. Great teammate, and one of the all-time hardest workers. So you just respect everything that he's done in this game, and he's earned every single thing that he's got.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
All right, last couple hands here. We'll go to Kevin and then Sam. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, Ryan Mac, two questions for you. Number one, you talked about the energy that was there in the clubhouse on Sunday. Then you have the flight home, you have the off day. How do you kind of build that back up now starting the homestand?
And honestly, I think the off day helps. You go into the off day with a good feeling. The whole team feeling good about a good comeback win. You kind of settle in, regroup, rest up, and then come back today. Should be high energy today. We've got Texas coming in, and we're going to try to play some good ball games.
And what about you on an off day? Are you able to unplug? What's kind of a Ryan McMahon off day look like?
Oh man, I'll be really honest because I sleep until like 11. That's like when I wake up, and I don't get out of bed until probably like noon. Have some coffee. Yesterday I just laid on the couch and watched baseball. That's my typical off day.
Is baseball going through your head at all on an off day, or do you really try to separate the two?
Not much about myself. I just like watching the game, man. I'm a huge baseball fan, like through and through. I like watching other guys' games and seeing what happens around the league.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, last one. We'll go to Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
There we go. Hey, Ryan, how are you today?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good, thanks. So I have a couple questions. I hate to kind of go back to Thomas's thing about home road splits, but I mean, so with the Rocky struggles on the road, do you know do you have a gut feeling on like why the team is struggling so hard on the road as opposed to like at home?
No, I mean, not really, honestly.
Yeah. And then is there anything that you do either as a team or individually to that's different to prep for when you're on the road versus at home, or any you guys do?
So recently we started trying to get out there early the first day and see like a fastball machine and slider machine, just kind of see it come from a different background and everything like that. And yeah, we started doing that, and I'm sure that's something we'll continue to do.
Right. And then if you have an off, like if you have an off day in the city where you're going, do you do any work on that off day, or do you just like spend that just kind of sightseeing and hanging out?
Typically just, take the day. I mean, we play a lot of games. We do a lot of work on the days we're here and everything like that. So typically we'll take a day off. And yeah, I mean, there will be options. Some pitchers will go in and throw. So clubhouse will be open to things like that if you need to get in there.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for your time, Mac.